And hello, all my fellow nerds. This is Oracle Nerd here, and welcome back once again to our Wonderland Remastered Steam release. Last time was a bit of a short episode, I guess. I'll admit. uh, but this time, hopefully, we're actually gonna be doing something important this time. Aside from, aside from the whole Genzo thing, which if you missed, go and watch the previous videos first. Anyways, I take this opportunity to push myself back up to my feet, stretching out the kink in my back as I take in the tint of the morning sun on the hardwood floor. For having been nothing but a place of nightmares leading up to this, there's something quite soft about it now. And maybe it's just because of what happened between Genzo and I last night. Or maybe it's the sheer fact that all four of us are here, waking up, making breakfast, and sure, perhaps getting along isn't the right term, but at least we're not actively trying to murder each other. Either way, something about the sight soothes me. If only if only for this moment. Things feel at peace. A respite before the storm. Before we venture out to make our party whole again. And bring this saga to a close one way or another. I sigh, letting out a handful my hand fall to the back of one of the chairs as I take it all in. Breathe in, breathe out. Yo, does this place have a kaibo? Cause I've gotta take a massive shit right now. Genzo, that's disgusting. What the fuck? Hey, as a wise man would say, when you gotta go, you gotta go. I hand in my mouth, cheeks warm as I chuckle my as I chuckle beneath my breath. At least some things will never change. Despite the few despairing comments and a near argument, the rest of the morning goes about as smooth as you might expect. We eat our porridge, continue investigating the premises, tend to or retend to our wounds, and finally get a proper cleanup and wrap for my arm. Gidget takes a look at my stitches, which somehow, in spite of everything, haven't come out again, but still could use a bit of hygiene. Our clothes get a bit of spot cleaning, though there's always so much water that a tiny bit of soap can do to tackle the staining properties of blood. And I continue to monitor the door in vain. All four of us have tried it now on separate occasions, and not one of us has had any luck. Gidget has also confirmed my suspicions that the door isn't visible from the other side. Strange, isn't it? A door on the inside that isn't visible from the back? All the more reason for me to believe that Wonderland's testing us for its trickery again. Or at the very least, trying to keep something hidden. But why lead us all the way here only to block our path? There's at least something we can do. I'm staring at it again, my fingers tapping idly on the table as Gidget oil and peel potatoes from the sack they found in the pantry. A task that has been deemed too difficult for Genzo in his current defingered state, so he'd been sent to chop a few more logs at the stove. I can hear the sound of him hacking away behind the cabin, punctuated by the occasion by the aggravated "fuck." I continue to stare at the door, even as we finish cooking dinner. Then, as we're lounging around restlessly listening to Gento bringing up another ridiculous story from our youth, or Orlin complaining about the moldy cabin air starting to seep into his marrow of his bones. I'm here, Iggy. Yes, yes, that's what you said. I remember that just fine, thank you very much. We're here, I'm here, we're all here. But what do you want from me? I made my choice. Yes, I made my choice. Didn't I? The choice. The choice I had to make before we can move on. Before I can move on. The choice for myself. I chew on the inside of my cheek. Throw a glance at Genzo across the room, who's currently sitting on the floor with his back against the bottom of the bed, just staring open mouthed at the ceiling like some kind of fish. My cheeks grow warm in spite of myself. I fling my gaze back to the door. My thoughts return to last night. That desperate feeling of needing to talk to someone. That wouldn't get against every instinct I normally felt. That wasn't the first time I'd felt like that in recent memory. No, the first time was. I blink. For the briefest moments, I'm back in my apartment. I, I got my phone in my hand, having just gotten off the call from Hooner, thinking that I needed to change things. Pivotal moment that had happened that time and time again. All the events following it determined that by that one single call. I sit there a moment longer, motionless, then began frantically checking my pockets. Of course, I still have it. I had it when I left Gens's apartment. I've had it every time I've entered Wonderland. But what's the point of a phone in a world cut off from reality? I find it in my lower right like pocket. Turned off, of course, and likely dead. It hasn't been charged in days, after all. And it had been knocked around, bludgeoned, plunged into water, and who knows what else. There's a thin web of cracks across the dark screen, and I rub at a sticky spot of along the along the bottom edge. This is stupid, so stupid, and yet in spite of thoughts, I press the power button and the phone against all fucking odds, and defying every possible realistic explanation, springs to life. What the fuck, eggs? You gonna order some pizza for us or something? I hear Genzo snicker from the other side of the room. How is it even still working? Mine died weeks ago. I'm not even sure where mine went. I resist the urge to tell Orlam I know exactly where his phone is. Instead, I watch intently as the phone runs through its startup animations, taking an especially excruciatingly long time. We're finally revealing a colorful laser light show that's the default wallpaper I've never changed. The icon in the corner informs me that the phone is at 0%. Interesting. The icon is in the other corner informs me that I have no signal. Also interesting. Disregarding both these ultimatums, I instead bring up my contacts and start scrolling through the names. I should call someone. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Call someone. Call who? Call Genzo? But Genzo's right here. Let's go to Genzo's name on the list. That's right. I made my choice. Now I'm going to decide my happiness. I press the thumb to the call button. It immediately starts ringing. Just stare at it. At the little pulsing phone icon flashing on and off. Now everyone else is staring too. Just listening to it ring. 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 There's a click. But not from the phone. From the door. I look up unfazed, expectantly almost, as the back door of the cabin slowly cracks open. All of us just stare at it. At the rectangle of darkness now exposed on the other side of the door. Across the room, Genzo hisses between his teeth. Well, shit. So the phone was the key, apparently. Oh, I hear something. We don't stay long after that. Why would we? We're champing at the we're we're champing at the bit as is. We do a final inventory check if you can refer to it as such, double checking that our injuries are as secure as they can be, that we're not missing any of our belongings, that we cleaned up things up, put out the fire in the stove. Genzo props his hat in the middle of the table, giving you a little pat. For good luck, he says simply. But I can't help but wonder if it's not some kind of parting gift. Oh, an homage, an homage to this final resting place and the night of comfort that it provided us. Because we're not coming back. This is it. One way or another, this will be the end of things, for better or for worse. I noticed Orlin grabbing a knife from the kitchen as we started to gather at the door. What's that for? I asked, even though I know the answer. I'm not venturing into the black unknown without something to protect myself, says simply, fastening it to his belt loop. Three of us stare at him blankly. For Gidget tosses a glance throughout the room and promptly reaches for the broom standing in the corner. They give the bristle and a swift series of stomps until it pops off, leaving nothing more than the unadorned stick behind. Right then, they simply say, tucking it against their side. Now all eyes are on Genzo, who simply balks. What do you think I got this thing for? He yanks a screwdriver out of his pocket. Cause there sure as fuck aren't any bikes around here to fix. Charming. The knight's noble blade is the same size as his All right! I think we've already sat through more than enough inflammatory discourse in these past 24 hours. I'll prefer to leave this place with some semblance of dignity left. This is followed by a series of grumbles but they must be willing as there's no more protest as the three of them start for the door. Wait, guys, I bring a hand up half in fear, half in confusion. What about me? I've seen nothing but a trio of like stares in return. Yeah, feels like maybe having a weapon would be worse for you. I I can tell Genzo is choosing his words carefully. There's you're more like our anchor. Gidget smiles at just a bit too widely. Anchor? I let out a squawk. Yes, we've all seen what happens when you try to help, haven't we? I cock my head to the side and blink. Then watch as they continue on their way. What does that mean, huh? But they're already out the door. Hey, what are you even talking about? I go jogging after them, feeling mildly affronted. However, as soon as they step outside after them, my voice and my umbrage is swallowed up completely. We stand there for a moment just outside the door. It's black, like pitch black. Everything. Like one long, endless black void on all sides. And it's quiet, deathly quiet. No sound of wind, or leaves, or small creatures tittering in the darkness. Completely and totally isolated from everything and anything. Why does it feel like we just walked into this thing's butthole? Because you're a disgusting human being who can't stop himself from making scatological associations. Hey. Hush, both of you! Gija brings a finger to their mouth. I feel like we're. A pause. They flit their gaze back and forth in the darkness. Being watched. I don't say anything. All of a sudden, my heart feels like it's trapped in a vise, stricken with an overwhelming feeling of sadness. Come on, Gija finally says, and I see their vague outlines begin to move forward. All three of us fall and step behind them. I hear Genzo grumble something about the sound of, like, I'd watch too if someone were climbing my butthole. we we walk slowly through the darkness. There's a strangest it's the strangest feeling, like moving through nothing. The only evidence that we're making progress is the slowly shrinking rectangle of light emanating from the door behind us. That is the feeling of grass underfoot. Because there's grass. I hear it crunching beneath my shoes. I feel the ever so slight strain of it providing traction against my soles. And there are trees too. Can't see them at first, but they're there. The further we walk, the more visible they become. The darkness way giving way bit by bit to reveal faintest outlines of branches and bark. We're still in the woods, just deeper. An untouched tract within the darkest bowels of Wonderland itself, moving closer and closer to the heart. We walk and walk until the trees are readily visible. All around us, endless in the way they spread out in every direction. Crooked, curving branches forming a tangled mire overhead as the jumbled roots poke out and in and out of the dirt underfoot like worms prowling the earth. A sprawling wooded maze with us like ants navigating its walls. I step just a bit closer to Gedzo. Feel strange. More scared than I ever felt in my life. While simultaneously, like like I'm returning somewhere I've not been in a long time. A place I once found comfort in. I bring a hand against his shoulder. The texture of his jacket helping the gravity. Even my insides feel like they're spiraling. I see him grimace back, shoot me a look that's not quite a smile, not quite not. A shared connection within the void. It's getting lighter now. dots of grayish green sky appearing like pockmarks in an overhanging canopy of leaves, casting piebald patterns of gloom on the forest floor. The hazy beams of, li- of light seem almost tangible as they cut through the darkness. I can see floating specks of dust and plant life suspended in their sheen. The further we walk, the more the forest opens up. The trees are thinning just a bit, the shrubbery less dense. The roots are less coiled, lighter and lighter, until the veil above us gives way. I realize we stepped through a sort of clearing. We stopped then, just glancing about, taking in this new development in our surroundings. There's a large open area nestled between the trees. The ground carpeted in overgrown grasses, thistles, and bordering brush, acting as a sort of rim to hold in a static still sea of turf. It's like looking up at a painting, beautiful but frozen in time. As it gets out across it, taking it all in, my heart begins thumping like a steam engine. What was it? Defeat it? Defeat it? What do you mean defeat it? It must make a noise of stress as I crumple inward because all three of them turn to look at me. Eggs! Gives those hands to my back, wide and warming, but providing no comfort in my growing dread. Iggy, what's wrong? I clench my fingers to the fabric of my shirt. Every nerve of my body crackles like a fucking firecracker, all at once, everywhere. Oh, whoops, shooting across my skin like electric fire. It's here, I whisper, my voice hitching. What the fuck are you talking about? Hold yourself together, would you? I bring my hands to the side of my head, terror locking my muscles, pounding through my veins. It's here, it's here, it's here! What's here? He just spins around wildly. But there's nothing. Nothing. I got zero fucking clue what he's talking about, but I'm starting to think we need to get the fuck out of here. Come on, Gidget gestures forward and the four of us take off. Gidget grabs my wrist, pulling me along even as my knees threaten to give beneath me. Then we're running, careening across the clearing. I can barely breathe, barely hear myself think. I force whatever focus I can on simply keeping my legs moving, my eyes trained on Genzo's grip on my wrist. Run, 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 run. The clearing. When the clearing gets so fucking big, it seems to go on, never ending. The trees on the other side always one more sprint, one more burst of speed away. I feel my tears as my lungs begin to burn. Just run, run. Then Gidget stops. So fast the three of us nearly go flying. The look of blood-drained horror on their face is enough to stop any of us before they ask what's wrong, because they're looking towards the far side of the clearing. Patch of glass, patch of grass that had been completely empty, empty mere moments before. But is now occupied by the largest creature any of us have seen in our lives. I don't even have words to describe it. Twisted, abominable beast of a thing. Its visage warped and snarled tissue. Eyes sunk in between its meaty slits. Gargantuan body sagging as though too heavy to remain upright. All of it, all of it is rippling. Strange undulating motions making its muscles twitch and lurch beneath its skin. Its jaw stretching to the back of its skull. And, and an axe with a blade the size of a small car depressed in the ground next to it. It's just standing there, unmoving, staring at us staring at us from across the clearing. Almost like some kind of statue. Guys, as he gets his lips trembling. None of us move. All of us are frozen in place. Can't tear my eyes away from it. I feel Genzo's grip tighten on my wrist. Tighter, tighter. And that sadness, that deep, longing despair. It's craving out a rut inside of me. So deep I can't seem to breathe. Then that thing, that giant, hulking monstrosity, moves its head back, stretching back like as its neck muscles bulge and throb, and roars. For a second, my consciousness dances in and out. The sound is so deafening I can't even think. Like 50,000 thunderclaps are all landing upon my ears at the same time, making every step, making my very brain rattle against the sides of my skull. I bring my hands to the side of my head as my vision goes white, then black, and white again. My breath itself stifles somewhere in the base of my throat. Then, as abruptly as it started, the roar ends. The beast lowers its head, raises its axe, and charges. It comes fast, faster than I would have thought possible, crossing the length of the clearing in 2 giant steps. My shell-shocked brain is barely able to comprehend the sight of barreling it towards us. But Genzo yanks me out of the way just as it brings a giant hunk of axe head straight down to the ground at our feet. I don't even realize I'm screaming as I fly through the air. Stumble. Then go face first into the ground a few yards away. I can still feel the tremors rippling us through the earth from the axe's impact. I hug at the ground. Hug at Genzo's arm around me, keeping me pinned. I try to move, push myself back up. Even my vision shimmies and my ears ring. Genzo pushes me back down, his face pressed close to my ears. Iggs, stay down! I can hear a quiver in his voice. The slight hitch to the back of his throat. Then he's leaning back to his feet, screwdriver yanked out of his pocket as he goes charging back towards that thing. Can't bring myself to look, not while my head is trying to stop spinning. So I do what I'm told, shakily crawling in the dirt to try to put some distance between myself and these horrifying tremors. I can hear it, hear them. Another roar. I take my fingers to the dirt, so deep my grit clots painfully beneath my nails. Another giant tremor. I can feel my stomach shoot up into the back of my throat, bile stinging on my tongue. I crawl until a thud in my left hones my brain back into focus. I shoot a glance towards my side. Orlum. I see him with his back to the dirt, in a grimace on his lips, blood leaking from his mouth. He pays it and me no heed. Quickly bouncing back up to his feet, raising his already bloody blade with a growl. I clench my eyes shut, then attempt to push myself to my feet and turn around. And immediately met with a rush of air swinging straight at my face. I gasp and throw my hands up. But it's just the sheer force of the axe being thrown around. Every swing forms a jet of air that goes cascading along the ground, making the grass dance. Left, right, left, turning the clearing into a whirling ocean, or slamming it down again in an earthquake-like shake that nearly sends me backwards into my ass. I chanced another peak, my heart beating my ears. They're fighting it. Somehow they're actually fighting it. I can't say they're winning, but their size and speed at least seems to be keeping everyone from getting crushed. Yet, I dash off to the right when it seems like Torch is about to head my way, my hands to my head. The beast lets out a throaty snarl and charges at Gidget's direction, swiping left, right, down in rapid succession. It brings its axe down with another mighty crack. In a short moment, when the blade is still buried deep in the earth, Gidget stabs their pole straight into the meaty slits of its eyes. The beast roars, responding with a seemingly instinctive swipe of their hand that hits Gidget square in the stomach. They go flying. As the creature yanks its axe free of the dirt, Oil climbs onto its back. It seems to stab his knife into the thing's neck again and again in rapid succession. But the thing simply shakes its head. Or less about 3 seconds before going tumbling off, narrowly avoiding the beast as it whirls around, axe slicing through the air. The thing rears up. Another charge. He has barely time to roll out of the way. He misses the swing of his axe, but gets hit as the beast sends a claw out. The swipe hits him clean across the chest, carving 3 gashes across his shoulder and neck as it sends him tumbling across the turf. Fuck. I put my hands to my head, heart pounding, eyes frozen. Again and again they attack. But again and again that thing simply bats them away. The strike's too small, like a mosquito bites against a hulking beast's hide. They're sent flying, tumbling, bludgeoned and bruised. False swipes carving across skin, their narrow escapes from the axe growing tighter and tighter. Another roar, the loudest one yet. I slap my hands against my ears as I feel my knees tremble. It's getting angrier. Its rage palpable. The way its howl crackles in the air. In a way, its feet pounding, increasing speed against the earth. Faster, more desperate, more infuriated. Here gives a cry right before I open my eyes to see it charging straight at me. Legs moving instinct, I go flying to the side. it's on me in less than a second. You know, I just managed to escape its fury of its feet, but I don't see the axe. And the butt of it catches me in a hurricane force at a side swipe. Something cracks my lower back, then flying. All of it happens within a matter of seconds. One moment I'm sprinting across the turf, the next I'm tumbling, my face in the air, rolling and bouncing as my arms and legs flail up my sides. I don't see Gidget scream and go hurtling towards it. I don't see Orlin latch onto the thing's claw like some kind of furious tick stabbing at its fingers. I see Gidget racing towards me, stumbling to the ground next to me. When I see his face overtaking my vision, I realize I've fallen. Eggs! Body screaming at me, sharp shooting pain radiating from my back, and a cold wetness forming on the back of my shirt. Eggs! Fuck! He's lifting my head off the ground now. He's fuzzy at first, a hazy outline topped by a black blob. But he sharpens into view as I take a gasping breath and feel my lungs expand. Talk to me, Eggs! I wince and attempt to move my arms, legs, my fingers. Everything still seems to be working despite the throbbing ache. I'm okay, I say, because I have to be. I have to be if we're going to get through this. I push myself to his seat, Genzo's hand going my back. His face is contorted in fear. Okay, really? I say again. He's becoming a narrow roar, a pain one. Both of us look to see oil sinking his knife straight between his claws. It sends out a cascade of blood that saturates the grass. God, fuck. I hear Genzo whisper beneath his breath. For a moment, he seems to be lost in shock. The sight of it taking a swing at Gidget, though, must snap him out of it because he pushes him back up to my pursuit with a grunt. I've got to help, he says with a grimace. Blood stains the front of his neck. I can see where the claws have torn through his shirt, deep gashes that ripped open his skin. Okay, so this actually is another detail there, like that I'm pretty sure that wasn't the original, that he has these claw marks on his shirt now. Like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't in the original version, or hell, we didn't even see it in the alpha because the alpha didn't go that far yet. That's really cool in my opinion. Stay down. Then he's off again because there's no other choice. Watch him go charging back into the fray, launching himself at the thing's tail, burying the point of the screwdriver straight into the bulging muscle tissue. I need to get up. I look forward into the balls of my feet. My back is still screaming at me. I notice the red on the grass where I've been lying. But I push up anyway, tottering up and onto my feet. Fuck. Putting my hand in my head as I attempt to find my balance. With every thump of my heart, another shooting spark of pain zigzags up and down my spine and out to my legs. Fuck. The tears are pouring hot and stinging in my eyes now. But not for me, for them. I watch Gidget falling to the side as the police whirls around. The woman is thrown to the ground as I hear a hard air snap. Hear the air snap. As Genzo is whipped off the thing's tail like a fly and sent bumping and rolling. And yet they keep fighting. Because they have no choice. We have no choice. There's something strangely familiar about the sight. As I stand there and watch, the tears tears clouding my eyes. I can't help but feel like I'm peering through some kind of looking glass. Oh yeah, so this is what I think this is what Tara was talking about. Because like, if you look at all of them while it's glitching, you can see flashes of what they looked like in the side game Our Fantastic Wonderland. I really love the references. At any one of possible futures or pasts. And though that scattershot threshold, I notice the cries of the creature. That horrible, repulsive, abominable beast of a thing. Sounding more and more human. No, it can't be. We couldn't. We would never. We could never hurt. I start looking forward. Guys! But my voice is nothing more than a gravelly hitch in the back of my throat. Guys, stop! So the fight continues. Another roar, but I don't even have to attempt to block my ears this time. I can't read today. Now I can hear the pain in it, the despair. I raise a trembling hand. Stop! That's louder now. I force the sound in my lungs even as the rattle and shriek. While in front of me, I watch my friends tear each other apart. That's Bucks! Gets as close to me, turns around. What? He shouts right before the beast whips around and clocks him square in the chest. I hear one of his ribs crack as he goes flying. No. My chest feels like it's caving in on itself. That's Bucks! I try again, my voice tight as tears start leaking down my cheeks. Roland buries the knife in the top of the thing's head with a deep squelch, only for the beast to reel back in agonizing howl and shake him off. What are you talking about? Gage at this time, their arms littered with gnashes as they narrowly dodged the swings of his tail. Bugs! I shout again, so loud and so desperate this time I feel any vocal cords from my effort. My shout must catch the thing's attention though. Just to see its head swivel in my direction with a snap. It starts forward. Fuck. His feet pounding the earth as he moves towards me. Fuck. Something. I've got to have something. I begin frantically searching my clothes, my pockets. This isn't how it was supposed to end. This isn't how it's supposed to end. I dig deep into the lower pocket of my pants. Towards the ends, I have lain there and dormant since we began the final trip down the tree. My hand touches something soft, latched onto it, the hair curling on my fingers. I pull it out. The doll. The doll. Its lifeless butt and eyes staring up at me from the palm of my hand. Not knowing what else to do, I thrust it up in the air like some kind of offering. My knees, my breath, my very soul trembling. The creature skids to a hold in front of me, sending a cloud of dust and dirt into my eyes, face burning my lungs. But I keep the doll held high. Eggs, what the fuck are you doing? I see them through the cloud, all three of them running at me, but it's okay. This isn't how it's supposed to end after all. I see a beast cock its head to the side, studying me. Bucks! It's us! My voice quivers, but I push through. Even as my knees threaten to give and my heart threatens to stop. It's your friends, Bucks! The beast rights itself, still staring down at the doll. Raises his axe. It slices the top half of my hand off. Feel nothing at first. My vision spasms, in and out. A crackling lightning bolt shooting up my spine. I stare up at it from a frozen place, thought stolen. Before the pain begins, a critical crackle zipping up my palm and my hand, and end of my fingers, blossoming into a white-hot fire that steals the breath from me. I jerk forward, arm curling inward. The doll. I stare down at the doll. The doll is gone. I stare down at my hand. Half my fingers are gone. The blood is bubbling up from my severed appendages, like a pipe bursting. Red. Hand is red. Won't stop shaking. Red is everywhere, gushing across my palm down across my wrist and arm. I'm swaying now, my vision fading in and out. I hear them shouting for me. I hear this distended shriek of that thing as I charge her from behind, weapons sinking into flesh. This isn't how it's supposed to end. I wobble to my feet. Another roar. Screams. Enraged shouts. The continued red pouring from my hand. Bucks, this isn't how it's supposed to end. I reach back in my pocket, blood quickly stoking the fabric of my stumps as my stumps search for the rest of the cavity. They touch something cold, jagged edges of something metal. Cold, heavy like the bottom of at the bottom beneath where the doll had been. I curl my palm around it, slick with blood. Hunter's necklace. Ah, I almost laugh. I've been so stupid. Its golden surface shines at me from the sleet grip of my palm, then lifted into the air. Even as the creature thrashes and howls, even as the shadowy figures of my friends cling to its legs and back, even as the blood leaks down past my elbow, hand already trembling, I hold it high. The creature must see it because its demeanor shifts. Its deep-set desperation seeming to grip on as it pulls first Genzo, then Orlum off its neck and back, slamming them to the ground. Then me. It takes one look at me. That's how a bellow straight to my face that splits my eardrums in two. Then it grabs me with his claws and lifts me straight off the ground. I hear Gidget shriek below me, but I don't fight it. My feet dangle beneath me as my arms cling to the beast's grip in my midsection. Higher and higher I go until I'm even with its gaze. Put him the fuck down! Genzo sounds so desperate below me, the tears audible in his voice. All I can do is wince as the thing's grip tightens around me, constricting my chest, making it difficult to breathe. Bucks! I squeak out, my voice is hoarse. I still have the necklace raised above my head. Bucks, remember! The surface of the necklace grows warm all of a sudden. not warm. Hot. It's so hot it's searing my skin. The blood bubbling and frothing. And then my eyes go white. Oh my god. My god, it's so disgusting. It's so big. How are we supposed to go down the slide? I'm not touching it. It's fucking gnarly. I don't see what the big problem is. Oh my god. See, it's cute. Don't don't bring it over here. But he's just a little guy. She's a monster. Ah. You're pretty brave. Those guys are all just a bunch of scaredy cats. What are you gonna do with it? I guess I could put it in the grass. Then no one will have to be scared of it. Bye, little guy. Maybe don't make your web on the playground next time. You're so nice to it. Well, it didn't hurt anyone. My name's Hooner. What's yours? I'm Bucks. Wanna be friends? Unless you're scared too. Why would I be scared? You seem like a very kind person. Oh, yeah, let's be friends. I like you, Hooner. Oh gosh. Aww. I'm hungry. I want tomatoes. Bucks, shh. But I'm hungry, Iggy. I bet if you shout really loud, I'll give you some tomatoes. Really? Genzo! I want tomatoes. Bucks, I'm hungry and I want tomatoes. Young lady, if you're not going to be quiet, I'll have to ask you to leave. Give me tomatoes, lady. Bucks, oh my god. Alright, Missy, out. Oh? Hi, Hooner, what you doing? Young lady. Whoops. So funny, Bucks. I'm just reading. Oh. Can I read too? Sure. There's so many words. How can you read it without any pictures? You don't need pictures. You can just imagine it in your head. Oh. This book is an adventure of a princess and a farm boy who becomes a pirate. It's very exciting. Oh. I like that. My birds like to play stuff like that. They always make me be the monster. The monster? I think you should be the princess. The princess? Sounds hard. It's not hard. I'll be the Dread Pirate Roberts and come to save you. Dread Pirate Roberts. So silly, Hooner. I'll write my own book about it. Write a book? Yeah, I love thinking up stories. I want to write my own book someday. That's so cool. I'll read your books, Hooner. But I need to learn to read chapter books first. It's okay, Bugs. It'll take me at least 5 weeks to write a whole entire book. Okay, I'll definitely learn to read by then. I say you could talk. I say you could talk, Dickwad. Now you're just asking for it. Hey, assholes! Oh shit, it's a killer whale! Hey, you better run, you fucking ingrates! Fucking monster! I'll show you a monster! What? Hey, you okay? Those turd biscuits hurt you? I'm fine. All on Bucks. What happened? Just a couple of asshats. I told them off. More like scared them off. Nothing more terrifying than a fist of steel coming to your face. The Bucks monster fist of death strikes again. Damn straight. Orlum. Christ on a cracker. Bucks, are you okay? Huh? Oh, Hooner. Of course I am. Why do you ask? Well, you went up against those guys. There were so many of them. It was fine. I showed him who's boss. Besides, I gotta protect the crew. But what if you got hurt? I don't know what I'd do if with myself if something happened to you. What is it? What did it say? Oh no, you're so sweet. Hi. Aww. Bucks, she's our gal. If she can't do it, no one shall. Lambrooks, Buxley Krills is up to bat. Krills has been a real terror on the plate these past few games. And with two people already on base, I can't imagine Dukin isn't feeling the pressure. What's happening now? Bucks is batting. Oh shit, fuck him in the ass, Bucks. Genzo! Should we stand up now? And that's out of here! Home run! Another brilliant hit by Lambrook's monster. Wait. Pitcher doesn't look happy. What in the world? Oh, Krills did not like that. And we've got to fight. Oh, oh my god. Now the crowd is getting involved. What's happening now? Everyone's fighting. Bucks just punched that other girl in the face. Oh shit, a brawl? I'm getting in on this. Genzo! Key! Wait for me! Would you stop laughing? That wasn't funny, Bucks. You kidding? Did you see the look on her face? Bam, bam, whump, right in the kisser. Teach her to say shit about Lambrook. What? I wish you wouldn't do things like that. Why not? Everyone loves it. Homers and shiners, they can't get enough. I'm basically a bona fide celebrity. Heck, you could get hurt. As if. Have you seen these guns? Or have you seen these guns, huh? They're made for whacking. Not to me, they aren't. You don't need to do things like that, Bucks. Yeah, well, what else am I good for, huh? I'm big and loud and angry and I hit things. I'm a fucking monster. I think you're beautiful. Beautiful? Bucks, I think you're the most beautiful girl in the world. I wanted to know if you would be my girlfriend. Damn, I got through that one take. Yes! Ah, I'm so happy. Gah! I'll be the most wonderful girlfriend ever. And I'll hug you every day and murder everyone who tries to touch you. And Bucks, you're choking me. Oh, and after prom. Ah, Bucks, Hooner. You guys have fun at prom? Yeah, it was nice. Ah, look at you both. It must have been so romantic. I'm so jealous. Romantic? Aw. Bucks probably busted the place up. Ballroom blitz, motherfucker. It's true, I can't even imagine Bucks in a dress. Who'd have thought Lambrook High's monster would have a prom date before any of us fuckers? Am I right or am I right? Yeah, she doesn't match that vibe at all. Yeah, pretty fucking crazy. Like polishing a turd or something. You know me, gotta keep people on their toes. I'll chop them off. Yeah, disproportionate violence. Come on, I wanna go play bingo. Daddy's feeling lucky tonight. There he goes. But I wanted to dance. Well, wait for me. Bucks. We don't have to stay. Nah, it's, you know, the crew. The crew. Come on, let's go win some shit. Bucks? Huh? You were beautiful tonight. Aw, they're so cute together. Bucks and Hooner are adorable together, man. Buxley Krills. Oh, don't you full name me. You know I hate it when you full name me. Oh, you hate it, don't you? You know what I hate? Not really, but I'm guessing I'm gonna hear it anyway. Huh. I hate when you don't get home until 7 at night. Yeah, because I'm working. I'm the only one paying for any of this shit. Your shift ends at 5 now. So I've got a lot of paperwork. Yeah, and then you come home and immediately start drinking. You would too if you had to deal with the type of jackasses I do. Because taking care of a screaming child all day is any better? I didn't ask for a screaming child. Oh, and I did? You're the one who forgot the damn pill. My fault, my fault, my fault. Everything's my fault, isn't it? It's both of our faults. But that means it's both of our responsibilities to man the fuck up and face the consequences. I hate my fucking life, Hooner. My dream is ruined. My life is ruined. You think you're the only one who had to throw away their dream? That you're the only one who's had to make sacrifices? I can't take it anymore. I never wanted this. I never wanted any of this. I'm not who you think I am. I never have been. I'm not your perfect fucking wife. Your perfect fucking mom. I wish she was dead. Bucks, what happened to you? When did you become such a monster? Uh, uh. Bucks. Bucks. You don't need to do things like that, Bucks. You're the strongest person I know. You saved me in more ways than you know. But even you need saving sometimes, and none of us saw that. You're not a monster, Bucks. So please, just come home. Come home, Bucks. You're not a monster, Bucks. Come home, Bucks. Bugs doesn't say anything for a long time. We retreat to the edge of the trees, to a small outcropping of stones and logs where we can stop for a second. Stop and recover mentally and physically. All of us with faces pale and haggard and limbs leaking blood in various quantities. Bugs just sits there with her gaze pointing to the ground, her eyes dark. It's strange how small she looks, despite normally towering over all of us. The Bugs in my head has become so warped. The energetic presence that had made me laugh so often throughout the years. A stone-faced killer that chopped off my arm and leg, butchered Genzo, strangled Orlum, bludgeoned Gidget, murdered us again and again, always meeting our final end, as though embodying judgment itself, judgment for our sins, from the one from the one who we turn into a monster. I look at her now, and I don't know what to say. There's nothing to say. So instead I sit and tremble as Genzo attempts to wrap what's left of my hand. The pain feels so distant. I can't decide if it's because I'm in so much pain that my brain can't decide what hurts, or if I've simply become so numb that I'm no longer capable of feeling pain. Maybe a little bit of both. I lean against Genzo's shoulder as he makes a joke about how I just done this for him the night prior. I'm unable to laugh or cry. Kids just squatting on a boulder across from us, wrapping up their own wounds. Their arms are a mess of cuts and bruises, and the side of their chin looks swollen. Meanwhile, Orlum is wandering around the clearing. I see him kneel down and pick something up out of the corner of my eye. But it isn't until he's made his way back and is holding it in my face that I realize what it is. I'd have collected your disunited digits that had I thought that they'd be of any use. The doll sits limply in his palm, staring up at me with his button eyes. As it is, I doubt they'd bring you any solace. I accept the doll gently. It's tattered and wet with blood. I need it between my thumbs, staring down at its bedraggled form. There's a deep gash across its neck, and strings and fiber poke out errantly from its torn cloth. I twist his head back and forth as I watch the ripped edges strain. Don't take your latent homicidal tendencies out on the poor doll legs. Genzo laughs, but the movement rocking me up and down against his shoulder. I sniff, wiping the snot leaking out of my nose. Please kill me, Iggy. I stare down at the doll. That stupid doll. Doing an angry clench of my jaw, I grab its head and rip it off. Jesus! I feel Genzo's body jump. When I look up, I see Gidget and Orlum staring at me. Sniff again. Let the doll drop to the grass. Stretched fluff swells from its torn neck hole. The red stains in my own blood coating the white fibers makes it look especially gruesome. But there's something else there. Something dull and rounded, nestled deep down in the plush innards. Reach in and pull it out. Open it. Oh, I say simply. It's a key. Aged and leaden. A long, thin shed connecting a crown-like bow to the worn bit at the bottom. What the fuck? Genzo whistles between his teeth. Across me, Gidget slides off the boulder, their gaze locked on the key. All is seen transfixed on it. On this simple piece of metal trembling between my fingers. Where does it go? Gidget finally says, their voice soft. I know. Only this time the voice is one no one expects. All of us turn with a start to see Bugs slowly rising to her feet. There's something pretentious about the sight, as she rises to her full height, thick and stalwart against the horizon. She turns her head towards us, looking so tired. I can take us there. Bugs leads us towards the other end of the clearing. If end is even the right word. Because the farther we walk, the farther the clearing seems to extend. On and on. I glance behind us and see a small resting spot, now nothing but a tiny trio of dots in the horizon. and yet the trees in front of us never get any closer. Am I going completely mental, or does this feel like we're not getting anywhere? Genzo grumbles. I'm not sure if he's addressing the group or talking to himself. Either way, no one responds. I instinctively walk just a bit closer to him as I let my gaze travel back and forth to the other side of the clearing. Something's different. Something's changing. There are trees growing closer together. Suddenly it feels like I can barely tell one from the other, like they're becoming one wooden mass. In the sky overhead, had it always been this cloudy? Giant dark thunderheads have formed out of nowhere, pushing and shoving each other in their race to climb up towards the heavens. I glance back again, blink, rub my eyes. Wait, didn't we? The line of trees behind us is only a few meters away. Where'd the rest of the clearing go? My chest grows tight, my mouth dry. I turn back. Now the trees are even tighter, twisted. You can see their branches contort and curl, wrapping around neighboring trunks like coiled snakes. More and more of them, blocking any and all gaps between the trees, forming an impenetrable wall that seems but leaps every second closer and closer, a pack closing in. Bucks, I try to whisper, but my throat is so dry it comes out as a barely audible wheeze. I bring a shaky hand to my forehead, wiping out the veil of sweat. Why does it feel like the trees are moving? Flicks the movement in the corners of my eyes. Every time I turn my head, everything is static still. Left, right, left. Each time something has changed. More coiled branches. More warped roots protrude from the ground. Or is it my imagination? My emotionally and physically weary mind playing tricks on me. The sheer pain plaguing my body, making me hallucinate. I let out a soft, shuddered gasp and wrenched my gaze downward. Don't look at them. Don't look left. Don't look right. But most importantly, don't look back. My heart's beating so fast now, like it wants to beat straight out of my chest. Don't look back. Left foot, right foot, one after the other. My breath trembling on my lips. Don't look back. Where are the others? I need to see the others, but I can't bear to look up. Not when I can hear the trees moving, twisting, grinding around us. Genzo! I reach towards him, my fingers quivering. Genzo! Stretching my arm out, desperate. Where are you? 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 In a panic, I dashed forward. Olio immediately ran straight to Genzo's back when he stopped walking. I let out a stifled gasp and immediately jerked my head up, only to see everyone staring straight ahead, at the gate standing in front of us. No, not gate. More like a barrier built from warped, knotted trees. There's a lock on it. Giant keyhole carved from the dark wood. Open it. I stand there, slack-jawed, just staring at it. My head still racing, my breath still heavy and ragged. Bugs turns back to me, everyone else. Four sets of eyes just staring at me. I quickly grapple the key in my pocket. My fingers find the cool metal. Pull it out. I step forward. The key fits perfectly in the lock. It turns with a crisp twist, and then the gate slowly, heavily, as it hasn't been touched in centuries, creaks open, leaving nothing but blackness beyond. I turn back to the group, my face grim. We're past the point of no return now, with nothing but fate to guide us. But whatever fate leads to hope or despair is anyone's guess. I point my gaze into the darkness, then step past the threshold and into the void. Alright. Wow. Okay. I know I've said this in the previous few episodes, but that was a lot. Uh, but I think this is a good time to leave this video here for now. So next video we're gonna be ending this on Genzo's route. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.